Well, it finally happened. Kinda. um, in case you missed the news, which you probably haven't if you've been on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, uh, they finally dropped it. The rumored Nintendo Switch Pro. Um, I was kind of expecting them to kind of drop it in the same way they did the Switch Mini or Switch Lite, excuse me, where they just like, we're just gonna drop a really early morning trailer of it, and that's exactly what they did. I like woke up around 10, just about, and saw a message from Mr. Christian, aka Newt Cybob, and I was excited, very excited, and when I went to go look at the video, I think the liked and dislikes. I was like, I saw way more dislikes than I was expecting, so I was like, oh no, they fucked this up somehow. And for the most, I won't say for the most part, but there's some stuff that I'm kind of like let down about. So we'll actually rewatch the trailer on stream. I'm hoping the background music or whatever doesn't fuck me over here. I don't think it will though. But the Switch OLED model, an OLED just for the screen. That's why it's called that. So let's watch it again. Right from the bat, or when I initially watched this, like when I saw these white Joy-Cons right here, I was like, holy shit. Because ever since Nintendo Swatch, yes, exactly. Ever since, like I used to watch Etika all the fucking time, and there was a video where he got sent custom white Joy-Cons from DB brand, and I think that's the brand name, yeah. And I was like, holy shit, like they're actually making them into a thing. And I was also hoping like, oh, these are gonna be brand new. They're gonna have new internal parts, no more Joy-Con drift. And so I was like, sweet. So we get white Joy-Cons. I mean, I'm still excited about these white Joy-Cons because, like, they look aesthetically pleasing to me. But yeah, we didn't get new internal stuff, so that's kind of a letdown. Oh, and I talked about this a couple days ago, but I was also thinking like, oh, if this is a Switch Pro model, maybe we'll get a D-pad on the left one because they do sell Joy-Cons with a D-pad on the left side. And then I kind of realized, wait a minute. Or after watching this, I was like, wait a minute. If like, let's say you play Mario Party, uh, and you use these two Joy-Cons with like one of your friends, it's gonna be a weird kind of system because you'll have buttons while you hold it, and they won't. They'll have a D-pad. So then I was kind of like, okay, it's not really that big a deal. I don't have a problem with using these. I mean, I don't use the Joy-Cons when I play docked mode anyway. I use the Pro Controller. So it's just a minor, like, I don't know. It was a gripe that I had initially, but then I kind of got over it. Or kind of, but I did get over it. Then I also noticed, like, I was like, ooh, the logo's down here now. So I was curious what that was about, and you'll see that in a second. Um, so the 7-inch screen, uh, I'm still kind of, I need to go back and look at the specs. I'm curious if they just made this like, I think the entire Switch itself got longer than just a little bit. Like what was it before? It was like 6.2 inches, 6.2, yeah. Um, I guess because there's no fucking way that like the Chaz is this thick on the normal Switch. So I guess they just made it point 0.8 inches longer. Um, which is interesting. I thought they would have just maybe just eliminated the Chaz like this altogether and just made it screen completely. But this is nice. I believe PS Vita's had OLED screens. If you don't know what OLED screen means, it like the colors pop out more. It's brighter brights and darker darks, pretty much. So, and it's also helpful for like playing games in the sunlight. So the screen's nice. I like it. But this was one of the rumors that like the insiders said, oh, that this is gonna happen, and it did. It's a shame that's the only thing they really got right, except for maybe one other thing. I will say though, this does look slicker on the back compared to the regular Switch, so that's a plus. I kind of just noticed that like now. There's like all you really see is the Nintendo Switch logo and nothing else. And like the actual wait, hold on, let me go. I'm not gonna leave this up for discussion. Let me go look. Oh, whoops. Yeah, the back of it has like copyright stuff, another Nintendo logo, a bunch of other shit. It looks nice compared to the original. There's a system update? Okay. I guess there's a system update for the Switch. I'll do that later. Probably not going to add anything. Okay. Back to the video. Side note, or why is his face so high quality? Look at that. Okay. A little unrelated, but kind of not. The graphics have improved for this game a little bit. Someone posted a screenshot on Twitter, of like an old screenshot with Dawn right here and the tree in the background. It was more, I don't know how to describe it. It was more like, it just didn't look as good as this, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, this was better shading and whatnot. And the limbs were a little different. Like, it kind of looked more like this, but not quite. I'll see if I can find the screenshot later. Okay, this is cool, too. For people who play it handheld more than docked, but unfortunately for me, I play it docked way more than handheld, mostly because I don't have time to, like, I don't take buses or anything. The only time I would really play it handheld, last time I can think of, was when I'd go to the college lunchroom or whatever, and then just wait for my next class, and then just play like Phoenix Wright or something in between. But this is really cool. I mean, I have a makeshift stand kinda that I mostly got just so I could plug it like it's like it's just as flexible as this, and you can plug in, like, if you want to charge stuff, you can plug it in on the side as like easier. Like, you plug it in where the current USB-C charger is, and then it's like a square, and then like on the side of it you have three USBs that you can plug in whatever the hell you want, and then you have a charging cord or charging port that you can plug in on the side, so you pretty much charge it while you're playing like this, standing up. I'm still kind of curious. Hold on, did they show a decent? No, they didn't. That's such a like. I think the reason they made that fix was solely because people were complaining like, oh, how the fuck are you gonna charge the Switch while it's like the screen's like on the bottom, like the bottom of the screen's like touching the table. This is still kind of a tricky spot to charge your Switch a little bit, especially if you use the like the charging port that they include, because that's like that's a pretty thick cord, so it's not gonna be as flexible enough to kind of make this obscure angle. That's part of the reason why I got the third-party charging cradle thing. You know, I saw a video that got me thinking that other Zelda remasters could still happen for 35th anniversary, and it was just something it didn't talk about. I think the dream's dead, to be honest about that. We can talk about that a little later. Enhanced audio. This was intriguing to me. I don't think... Again, I'm not gonna leave this up conjecture. Let me go grab the actual Switch. Again. Okay. Oh, okay. So the bottom of the... Like, these little speakers down here are wider, I guess. And... Are these supposed to be speakers too? I don't think so. These little 4-dot things. Maybe these are speakers? I mean, why else would they show this, like, really obscure angle? I am curious how enhanced the audio truly is. Because, again, I don't play this I don't play this handheld. So, it's not necessarily a big deal for me, personally. But, I don't know. I'm curious how enhanced it truly is. I do know, because I know someone in the insider business. They did tell me that whenever the Switch Pro would come out, which I guess is the OLED model, they said that the regular Switch was going to just cease production, which made me think that, okay, so the Pro is going to be, maybe it'll replace the 300 price point, maybe. So I'm still curious if they're going to cease production of the original Switch. I really doubt it, but we'll see. But I do know, whenever this was, it October 7th or something like that, October 8th, they are gonna put these like at Best Buys and stuff like that, but it might take a while just because of the COVID regulations and whatnot. It's still kind of going on. So I'm interested in to see what this looks like, especially the screen. I'm really curious what the screen will look like. The OLED screens are nice. Because with the normal Switch, you can't play chess outside. Oh wait, full screen. My bad.
Checkmate.
Cool dock, also. This is pretty cool. I didn't notice this the first time around. I don't know what necessarily the point is of this. I guess more space to fit cords in between? That has to be it. So cords can kind of like pop out of here, even though I don't really have that kind of issue with my Switch already, because all I have going in there is a third-party controller charger. Oh, that's too bad. I was thinking about this on my way home from a post office. God damn it, they're not even going to include a LAN cable. No, that's a letdown. But yeah, I don't really have this. It's cool. I like the look of it, but not an issue for me again. But again, this should have been a thing from the start, honestly. I mean, again, this is one of the things they got right. It was this, and then the OLED screen, the insiders. They pretty much dropped the ball on everything else. There's a thick HDMI cord. Not 69, that's too bad. So yeah, that's the Switch Pro, I guess, for $350. Um, I I guess people who want to. Let me put it to you this way: people who want to upgrade from either of these models, people who are want to upgrade from this are going to benefit from it more because they're already going to want to play this more handheld, and you're getting a lot more benefits handheld: better screen, uh, better what the fuck is it called? Stand. But people who want to upgrade from this will get less of an upgrade because I don't know what percentage of people play it docked. There might be a statistic out there are going to benefit less because the only real benefit you're going to really getting, I guess, is the built-in Ethernet port. But you can get that fixed for like $10. Um, or I'm sorry, it's going to be more than $10 because of the Ethernet's not even going to become included, which is kind of dumb. Um. So yeah, if you upgrade from the Switch Lite, you're gonna get way more benefit than if you upgrade from the Switch, like statistically. But I do like these white Joy Cons though. That's pretty nice. So I don't. For me personally, I don't have a real reason to get this yet. The only real reason I would probably get it is if my Switch kind of got fucked up. I was actually thinking about getting a new Switch, but that was mostly because my dock was kind of becoming faulty for whatever reason. Um, like it would turn on and it would turn off, and then I figured out you have to plug it in like a specific way that I guess I've been doing this whole time. I just never realized it, which was like power first, then HDMI. But if you do HDMI first, then power, it's kind of iffy, which is bizarre. I've never even heard of that, but it exists, I guess. Um, so yeah, if you upgrade from the Switch Lite to this, it's worth your time because you're getting the benefit of playing dock now, and your experience playing handheld is going to be like shot to the moon. And if you play upgrade from this to this, you get a slight upgrade, but not as much as if you upgrade from this to this. But I guess this kind of answers my question about the cease in production because they bothered to list it right here. Like it's a Switch family, so I guess they're gonna still keep it around. Let me see if I can find a tweet that kind of lists like more internal specs and whatnot. So give me 1 second. But yeah, I think it should have been OLED from the start, in my opinion. Like, cause the PS Vita was, and that like outages the Switch by like what, 7 years? PS Vita. 4 years. It came out in 2013. Wow. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna look at the specs. I already nailed them for the most part. Oh, here's this. So here's what I was talking about in terms of the trees. They look not very shaded pretty well, but then compared to this, they're pretty different. Especially yeah, Jesus, this looks like a PNG. So that's cool, I guess. Surprised we still haven't negative Nancy in the chat. Not chat, but the comments. I'm still surprised we haven't learned more about. We didn't learn about more about this at E3. Personally, different heat vents. Well, that's weird. That's really weird. Why is it engraved like that? Is there a point to that? I guess it's just like an aesthetic kind of thing. I'm also curious if they doesn't really look like it since actually maybe I think they might have made it bigger. Because if you don't know, one of the biggest issues regarding the Switch was like screen scratching. Like people would like put in their Switch in their dock, and then like if you didn't have a screen protector, your Switch kind of got like scratched up a little bit, which is why I got like a screen protector from like day one, because I knew that might be an issue, or I knew it was an issue. I didn't get mine until like October. So maybe I wonder if they made this a little bigger, like the space in between. It kind of looks like they did a little bit. Hard to tell. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. Where's the spec sheet? I guess that's kind of hard. That's really hard to read. I'll just go through it. CPU is the same. That's kind of a letdown. I was hoping it'd be just a little faster, but if you're not going to increase the battery, then that's, yeah. Storage is 64 now. That's something that wasn't necessarily talked about, which I can kind of see why, because 64 is still kind of subpar in comparison to most other consoles. I was expecting at least 256. I think that's one of the standards. Either that or 128. At least 128. That's kind of what I was hoping. Video output's the same, but again, it's a better screen if you're in handheld mode. Speakers are both stereo, so I guess it's just bigger speakers. Whoops, sorry. Type C. Oh, I missed. Where's that? There was something else here that I wanted to talk about. Where the fuck is it? Whoa. Oh, never mind. I guess they both talked about Bluetooth. I thought that on the spec sheet that they didn't even mention Bluetooth for the initial Nintendo Switch, but they did for just this one. So that was like, oh, that's cool. But never mind. Wait, does the temperature go up because it's an OLED screen? No, it's the same. That's probably why it's got a heat vent. More of a heat vent on the back. 3 hours. 3 hours. Okay, so the battery life's also the same, which is kind of a letdown. And the battery. Wait, the battery's the same too? I mean, it has to be if it's the same battery life, yeah. So yeah, there's not really that much difference. I mean, I guess I'm going to stop calling it the Switch Pro. Now it's just called the Switch OLED. Which, since they're releasing this with not that many upgrade changes, like in terms of the hardware, then that just makes me think that we're gonna have to wait a decent bit for like the next generation of a Switch, which I guess would be the Switch Pro. Actually, I think they'd probably just take a next step and just call it the Switch, Nintendo Switch something, 2. I don't know, Nintendo Switch U. With hopefully more than 64. But yeah, personally for me, a lot of these like upgrades I can achieve by spending just a little bit of extra money. Like I have a 256 micro SD card in my Switch, and the adjustable stand I kind of already fixed with my third-party one that I bought that goes all the way around and whatnot. I kind of rhymed a little bit. But really, the one thing that I can't fix is the OLED screen, really. Oh yeah, and then the Ethernet I fixed for like $10. So, and it's not worth personally for me like getting this just for an OLED screen. Like an OLED screen is very nice, but I play more on docked than I do handheld. So I don't really have that strong of an opinion on this. But I know one thing, like insiders got their fucking ass dunked on for all this. But these white Joy-Cons I might buy separately, who knows? Cuz I really like white Joy-Cons. What the fuck's this? This upsets me. What's wrong with this? What the oh, is it the little black thing? So yeah, Nintendo Switch 2 Electric Boogaloo. I saw it. What the fuck? This is the box? Huh. They went vertical. And another thing, so if they did increase the size of the Switch, and like, which it looks like they did, because there's still a chassis, or like a little black border around here, then I'd have to get like a new carrying case also. Which in turn would also make me have to get a second new carrying case because I have a big carrying case to carry my small carrying case with along with my dock and a bunch of stuff. Shit. So yeah, I don't really have necessarily a reason to get this anytime soon, which is fine. My Switch is working fine. But if it breaks out, I will definitely get the OLED because it's a little better. Okay. So now we're going to play some Mario Golf. Give me 1 second to get it ready.